All right. What's going on, good folks? I didn't really just share this out much, so whoever get it wise live, they would get it wise live, and whoever want to see it later, they get a chance to watch it later. Um, and sorry about coming on so late. I was on a phone call, run off at the mouth or whatnot. On a phone call, run off at the mouth and shit. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of late. So anyway, though, if y'all would let me know if you can hear me, and if you haven't already, please slap that like for me. Usually I have more likes there. I don't know what the hell going on. YouTube just acting so janky. Um, with all this stuff, just acting real crazy and janky. So yeah, if you ever slap that like, go on slap that like for your boy. Appreciate you. But yeah, somebody give me a mic check. Let me know that you can hear me. Yeah, let me get that mic check. All right. Now that says you give me, all right, cool. What's going on now? Good evening slash good morning. Wendy, good evening slash good morning. Sarah Claire, good evening slash good morning. Carol was in here earlier. Good evening slash good morning. Robin Girl, good evening slash good morning. Roller Mile, good evening slash good morning. Cole Pep said, hey, babe, how you doing? Good morning. Excuse me, good evening slash good morning, or vice versa, however you want to do it. Cause about tell me how many likes I got, cause I refuse to believe that's all I got right there. YouTube must be acting real crazy. It ain't counting up my likes. Where my likes at? Cause somebody tell me how many likes I got. Y'all have a slap that like for me. Slap it. Slap for me. So, before we get into this, like I said, I did a community post about the young girl, Eminem, whatever the hell her name is, Hughes, the 12-year-old that supposed to where she was on the Amber Alert, and so that is right. Oh, okay, I don't know. I guess YouTube had the craze tonight. Okay, but it's all good. It's all good. Well, I see a couple more people hit it or whatnot, but I made a community post about that because I read up on the story on how everything took place, saying like if y'all see my community post, I was look, I'm happy that she's found and she's been returned home. Trust me, I am. One less child we had to worry about that's deceased. She's alive, and from what I read, she's doing well. But if y'all saw my community post, y'all saw why I was disappointed at it because what happened. All right. And this is why I preach time and time again. If you got young teenagers, young girls, man, y'all watch these damn phones that they are on and monitor their internet things that they doing. When I found out this girl was on tagged, that bothered me. Okay? You 12 years old, you shouldn't have been nowhere on no damn tag at all. I'm familiar with tag. I don't know what they got going on right now, but when I used to fuck around with it was back in 2013. We in 2024 now. So I don't know what they doing on tag now. But I know damn well, I know 12-year-old supposed to be on there. All right? This young lady was on tag, fucking around on tag, and ran into this old ass Negro. Okay? And then another thing that bothered me when they said she got caught on the camera at 1:40 in the morning. 1:40 in the morning. Running towards this man's car at 1:40 in the morning. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is what happened? This what happened, right? So the man takes her. She's gone missing for 8 days. He got caught because I guess he delivered to a certain store. The people at the store knows him, and I guess they recognized the young lady, so they called it in, and he got caught, which he should have got caught, okay? But the 12-year-old, I'm not letting her off the hook, because here's the thing, what I said in my post, and a lot of people might not like this. I'm not letting her off the hook because she knew what she was doing. Because if she didn't know what she was doing, then she wouldn't wait till the wee hours in the morning to try to sneak out, get in that man's car, which shows me she knew what she was doing. But however, though, given the age that she is, she did not understand what she was doing, okay? So if y'all understand where I'm coming from, she knew what she was doing, but did not understand what she was doing. Now, what I mean when I say understand, she did not understand the danger she was putting herself in, okay? She did not. She wanted to be, if it's safe for me to say, grown. All right? She wanted to be grown, which it happens a lot with young girls her age. It happens a lot. All right? But I guess the reason I'm so disappointed in her as well, because when I hear this about her, what she did, it makes me think about this show called The Dark Web. Okay? And that's exactly what this is. The Dark Web. All right? They thought she was finna get put in sex trafficking, which it could have been a possibility she was. Okay? But I'm just livid at the fact that she was on tagged. And this is how this happened. Okay? I don't know where her dad is, or even his dad is in the picture. But I tell you one thing, I'll be happy that she's found, but I would not be celebrating. Like I said in my post, when she would have got home, she would have had some words from me. And it's going to be words that she needed to hear. And it's going to be in a stern tone. Because I want her to know that I'm not playing and I'm not finna fuck around with you doing this stuff. You're only 12 years old. You have not begun to understand how cold this world is for you to be sitting up there doing some shit like that. All right? I would talk to her to put the fear in her heart. Don't you do that shit again. Because the next time you do it, you might not come back home. I might not ever see you again. Okay? But I am happy you are safe at home. But I'm very disappointed of what you was doing. And for what you have done, you pretty much lost your privilege to your devices. You're going to have a curfew on your devices, okay? Until I feel comfortable enough to give your devices back, where I can trust you enough, I will give it back to you. But until then, your devices, baby, you got a curfew on it. 7 o'clock, you be looking if I give you 8 o'clock. All that shit is coming with me. Computer and everything is coming with me. If I got to unplug the goddamn Wi-Fi, I will. To prevent you from doing this again, I will do what I need to do to protect you. All right? Now, I don't know how many of y'all agree with that. But if I was her dad, that's how I would feel about it. And she would feel how I feel about it. Through my words and through the sternness of my voice. Not only the sternness of my voice, but the sternness of my body language. Oh, I will put the fear in God in her heart that she would never do that again. All right? All right? So again, some of y'all may not agree with that. Some of y'all look at a lot of these children saying they the victim, which I guess in the gray area, they are the victim. They are. But let's not forget, just because she's 12 does not mean she's dumb. Okay? Just because she's 12 does not mean she's dumb at all. At all. All right? So that's how I would have handled it when she would have got home. All right, but I had to get that out of my chest, man. Let's gonna get into this story real quick. Woo, Cortez, what up, brother? Been a while. How you doing, my man? How you doing? All right, guys. Y'all remember how I tell y'all all the time that you got to be careful with these people who houses you go over. And back in the day, before you go over anybody's house, the people back in the day, they be like, hey, I'm not gonna let you go over anybody's house until I meet them first. I don't know if people still do that today, but if you still do that today, I commend you for keep on doing it. Don't stop it. Keep on doing what you're doing. If you're gonna allow your children to stay over somebody's house, get to know who these folks are. And if you feel something strange, do not be ashamed to say, no, they cannot stay over here. Okay? If they feel some type of way, fuck them. That's all I can say. They feel some type of way, fuck them. Okay? Which brings it to the story right here. All right, this man right here by the name of Mike Meyden, if I'm saying his name right, Mike Meyden. Daughter had a sleepover at the house. Okay? Daughter had a sleepover at the house. This man right here sits up here and makes a smoothie, laced it with medicine. Three of the girls got a hold of this smoothie. They was drugged. Okay? Now, how this fool ended up getting caught, which I commend one of the girls for doing what they did. He stood up one of the girls, and I'll read this after a while. Stood up one of the girls, put his hand under the nose to see was the girl breathing. He waved a hand in her face, thought the girl was asleep. But the girl was not asleep. She seen what he did. So she felt uncomfortable with the shit and texted her folks and said, hey, come get me. I commend her for doing that. Dear, you did the right thing, because by you doing that, that's how he got caught, what he did to everybody else. You felt uncomfortable. You text your folks. You say, hey, y'all need to get me out of here because this man just did something strange and I'm scared. All right? And that's how, if I had a daughter, that's how I want her to do me. If I let you stay over somebody's house and something happened over there that you're not comfortable with, hey, don't be afraid to hit me up. I'm just a phone call away. Don't be afraid to hit me up. If you feel uncomfortable, I'm there on a double and coming to get you. All right? Don't be ashamed to tell what's going on over there. If you feel uncomfortable, let either me know or let your mom know or anybody else who we consider as an emergency contact. I hit them up and say, come get me. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Amen. Amen. Call me, call your mom or cousin, auntie, whoever. You're not feeling right. One of us coming. All right? One of us is coming. Especially you telling us that this man come downstairs and he's in your face or standing over you and doing some shit like that. I don't know how many girls was there, but you was one of them that he picked out and did that shit with. You had the right to do what you did. And by you doing what you did, young lady, you got his ass caught. All right? This man, again, I want to say he's 57 years old. He's 57 years old. He's facing 3 counts of causing another to ingest a controlled substance. He's also have 3 counts of application of Schedule 4 controlled substance to another. He's also had 3 counts of delivery of a controlled substance to a minor. All right? And it reads as follows. This happened in Oregon. He is accused of drugging 3 12-year-old girls at a sleepover. Police had confirmed that the sleepover was at his house. Multiple media outlets are reporting that he is the father to one of the girls who was hosting the sleepover. And the girls drugged were his daughter friends. Guys, I'm telling y'all gonna listen to me one day. These grown ass men and these grown ass women, you think they looking at you? They're not looking at you. They looking through you and they looking at your children. Okay? They looking at your children. All right? They're not looking at you. They're looking at your children. Here's why I say, please be careful who you let around your children. Okay? Please be careful who you're bringing around them. All right? If you got anything to do with it, send them out to grandma's house, send them out to auntie house, where y'all can do whatever the hell y'all want to do. All right? But please be careful, especially if you got daughters, because y'all know daughters mature faster. They sprout out fast and everything. All right? So y'all be careful. This is why I tell y'all, they not looking at you. All right, they looking at them young girls now. All right. So the investigation started August 26th. All this happened last year. The police were called. The girls went to the Children's Hospital emergency room. They tested positive for, I don't know how to say this word, benzodiazepine. Diazepine. I'm guessing I'm saying it right. All right. It was given to them through mango smoothies. He is accused of lacing and serving them according to the outlets. He turned himself in on February 28th. His bail was set at $50,000. Bail was set at $50,000. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and listen to this. And we'll come back with some more details.
Now to a disturbing story out of Lake Oswego this morning, where a father is accused of drugging 3 12-year-old girls at his home during his daughter's sleepover. Fox's Bonnie Silkman is joining us now in studio after looking over court documents. Bonnie, good morning.
Good morning. That's right. A father in Lake Oswego, 57-year-old Michael Meyden, turned himself in this week after being accused of lacing mango smoothies with a drug that's usually used to treat insomnia and panic attacks, and then giving those drinks to 3 12-year-old girls at his daughter's sleepover. According to court documents, this all happened in August of last year.
They was 12 years old. This man probably trying to rape them girls.
Here in Maiden's Lake Oswego home, he's accused of putting the drug benzodiazepine into those smoothies. Court documents say the girls reported feeling groggy, some of them even blacking out. The documents also say that Meyden made repeated visits to the basement where the girls were sleeping, watching them sleep, and at one point even holding his finger under one girl's nose and waving his hand in front of her face to see if she was asleep. Now, one of those girls...
They down in the basement, this fool, wherever he went all the way down to the basement. The caller said, try to check out the girls. And y'all just heard right there what they just said. He did to one of the girls. Listen again. Listen.
Asleep. Now, one girl's nose and waving his hand in front of her face to see if she was asleep. Now, one of those girls, according to court documents, managed to stay awake. She texted her mother just before 2 a.m. saying, quote, "Mom, please pick me up and say I had a family emergency. I don't feel safe. I might not respond, but please come get me. Please, please pick up. Please, please." The documents also say that she then contacted a family friend who picked her up and took her home to wake her parents. And around 3 a.m., 2 of the other parents of the girls went to the house to get them. Documents say Meyden resisted letting those parents inside at first, telling the parents the girls were asleep. Meyden finally let the parents in, and the girls were taken home. All 3 girls did test positive for that drug. Meyden, meanwhile, pleaded not guilty yesterday. He is facing charges including causing another person to ingest a controlled substance.
Wow.
And according to those court documents, he lives in Vancouver and did pay his bail. We'll keep a close eye on this developing case. Mia and Kim, back to you.
Wow. He pleads not guilty. Now, I want y'all to hear what y'all just heard. I want y'all to pay attention to what you just heard and think about my monologue when I started talking about the 12-year-old who was on tag. Just listen to this and then think about why I say about what I said about the girl who was just found, who met that man on tag. He was 27 years old, and why versus this story, you know, she knew what she was doing, but didn't understand what she was doing, and how things could have turned out bad for her. You know, just listen to this and how things could have turned out bad for these young ladies if this girl right here didn't have the courage to stand up and say, hey, I'm finna text my folks. Y'all come get me the fuck up out of here. This dude just did something weird. I'm afraid for my life. Y'all come get me. All right? And these 12-year-old girls too. Thankfully, nobody's dead. Hopefully they will be okay and they did too much damage. All right? But these are young girls are being put in positions, or either they putting themselves in positions that they don't need to be in. Okay? So you can kind of put Both of the stories in the same gray area because they young, but the only difference is one was at a sleepover, and nothing really just dangerous about this going to sleepover other than, you didn't know that the guy was going to do that, One on a social media site, which God knows what they do on there now, because again, I messed with it back in 2013, and back then, when I messed with Tag, a lot of them girls on there were just trying to have what they call them one night stands and flings and shit. So if they were doing it back in 2013, I'm pretty much sure it got worse now, especially with the men. Okay? And God knows what this man probably been saying to this young lady. And I get it, she's a young lady, and this is why I say she might not understand what she did. He was saying things to her that she wanted to hear and probably had her feeling some type of way. So with that, I would give her a little wiggle room. But the fact that that you was on this site knowing damn well you're not supposed to be on there, and this another reason why I say she knows what she was doing, because I'm sure you had to put a birthday up in there. Amen. I'm sure when she made a profile on Tag, she had to put a birthday up in there, which means she probably made up a fake birthday. Because I don't think they allow 12 years old on Tag. But then again, I don't know what the hell they do on these sites now. They probably let anybody on their motherfucking eye. I don't know. But think about how young these people are getting in positions that they do not need to be in. And just think about why I was so hard in saying what I said about the 12-year-old who just been found. I won't be celebrating anything. I'll be happy that she's alive. But no, you got to have a talk, baby, because if this is what you did, no, I ain't finna tolerate that. Amen. It's just like this young girl right here. She saw what went on. She wasn't going to tolerate it. She knew who to call, and she got this man caught. Okay? She got this man caught. All right? In which he should have been caught. And just like the guy with the 12-year-old who she made off a Tag, he deserved to be caught. He deserved to be caught. All right? So maybe it's a good thing for me that I don't have any children. Maybe I'll be a little bit too overprotective, too stern. All right? To people try to tell me, Chris, you need to loosen up some. How can you loosen up on a situation like this? Both of them. I got a situation, I trust my daughter to go to somebody's house. The man over there trying to fuck her. I put my trust in my 12-year-old daughter, hoping she do the right thing. She's on dating apps and shit, talking to grown-ass men, and then snuck out the house to go leave with one. And you asking me to loosen up? No, I need to tighten up. That's what I need to do is tighten up. Because I would feel like I'll be losing my grip if my baby girl is out doing this wild ass shit. All right? So ain't no loosen up shit. Everybody who hear my voice tonight, this morning, this afternoon, or whenever you listen to my damn voice, stay vigilant when it comes to these youngins. Stay vigilant. Amen? Stay vigilant. Because if you catch it earlier, you can nip that shit in the bud. All right? Catch it early, you can nip it in the bud. All right? And how you catch it early? Monitor them. Watch what they doing. Watch what they doing. And I promise you, you're going to see some stuff that you don't want to see, but it's going to be some stuff that you need to see. Amen? You need to see it. You probably don't want to see it, but you need to see it. And you can nip that shit in the bud. Hey, ma'am, we ain't finna have that up in here. Sir, we ain't finna have that up in here. You can stop that shit. Now, if that's the road you want to take, you finna lose all your privileges right here, because we ain't going for that. 12 years old, you think you finna do all that? No, it ain't finna happen, partner. No, we good on that. We good on that. All right? Kids don't be knowing what's really out there, and that everybody isn't their friend, especially not grown men and women. Thank you. You said it best, my friend. You said it best. Thank you for that. So you probably one of the main ones to understand where I'm coming from, especially when I talked about the 12-year-old who went missing for 8 days, but kind of find out she on tag and shit. Sneaking out the house at 1:40 in the morning and shit. All right. All right. So yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. All right. And y'all have it, man. I appreciate y'all being here in the morning. It's 12:20. Y'all still listening to me. Please hit that, slap that like button for me. It don't cost you a thing. Slap that like button for me. We're gonna get in deep into this because this shit is getting out of control, man. And I still to this day I don't understand what grown men see in these youngins other than the fact that they feel like they defenseless. You know, that's it. They feel like they defenseless. And they feel like they don't know no better, you know, so they try to take advantage of them. And like one of y'all asked earlier, was no grown woman in the house? That's a good question. You didn't have no woman laying next in the bed to you, with you that you could have made you your little special smoothies and you could have knocked her off on something? But then again, guys, like I just said earlier, you think they looking at you. They looking at your babies, all right? So again, be vigilant, all right? Be vigilant. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So we're going to get into what exactly is this medication. We're going to get into what exactly is this medication. They are considered depressants. They produce sedation, hypnosis, relieve anxiety, and muscle spasm, and reduce seizures. So pretty much, yeah, he finna try to fuck them girls. He was. He gonna try to fuck them. And I'm just gonna put it out there. A lot of y'all don't like people being vulgar, but I'm just gonna be vulgar with you. Let's just put it out there like it's really need to be said. He was trying to fuck these girls. That's why he did what he did. He was trying to fuck these girls, all right? So this medicine is supposed to do all of this. They are commonly known as benzos and downers. They slow down your central nervous system and may cause sleepiness and relaxed mood, states the DEA's website. They are associated with amnesia, hostility, irritability, and vivid or disturbing dreams. So again, he would have been fucking one of them. They would have think it was a dream, but he was doing it for real. He was touching these girls for real. All right? Or he was going to touch them. All right? People who overdose on a pill can feel extreme drowsiness, confusion, impaired coordination, and more. People who overdose on them can feel extreme drowsiness, confusion, impaired coordination, impaired coordination, and more. And if y'all look at the picture, I think he a PhD. MBR, PHR, whatever this shit stands for. But apparently he's in that type of field where he knew what this drug was going to do. And I think it's more dangerous than anybody and than anything. A person who's a doctor or in that field that know about medicine, and your children spend the night over there at their house. That's some dangerous shit. Okay? That's some dangerous shit. Senior Director of Human Resources would have said in his profile, so, you know, I'm not sure what is all that. But again, if he know anything about pharmaceutical, yeah, that's dangerous. That's dangerous because he already know what to do to try to get his way. Okay? And you know somebody else who I'm feeling sad for? His own daughter, because now she got to live with that she wanted to have her friends over just for a sleepover so they can have fun or whatever girls do at 12 years old at a sleepover, to kind of find out that her dad is what they probably going to consider now was preying on them. She got to deal with that. She got to live with that. And she probably be traumatized by that. Her own daddy tried to drug her friends and fuck them. I can imagine her being 12. That's her dad. What this probably doing to her mind now. She feel embarrassed. Okay? She feel embarrassed. She probably hurt. Hell, they probably put her in a depressed state to know that her daddy tried that. All right? And most of all, she's going to be thinking about what her friends think about her now. That he tried to do that. And she have a right to feel like that. She does. I can only imagine how she's feeling. I can just imagine. Copel said, "You're right, Chris, because I used to have to take them and didn't like how they made me feel." Sarah Claire said they would have believed it was a nightmare. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. They would have believed it was a nightmare, but he was actually doing it for real. They would have believed it was a nightmare, but he was actually on top of them girls to do whatever the hell he was doing to the girl. It was going to be for real. All right? But again, to whoever that courageous young lady was who really wasn't asleep and saw what he did, she had her phone and she was able to reach out. She sent out that bat signal and they came. They came. And he got in trouble. Now he posted bail now. I don't know how good that is, but he's supposed to bail. But I'm pretty much sure they told him he can't be nowhere near them. He can't have no contact with them. All right, now, as far as him being around children, period, I don't know what they said about that, but I'm pretty much sure they probably told him he can't be around nobody under a certain age. And I'm pretty much sure it's probably from 12, probably 13 on down. They probably told him all of that. Okay? They probably told him all of that. I just don't get it. All these grown-ass women, even the women who practically selling coochie, you want to get your rocks out that bad, sir? You could have went out and bought you some. You paid $50,000 to make your bail, and I'm sure you could afford that. God damn. These folks crazy, man. These folks crazy. Stone the Peasant, what up? What up? Was you under another name? Somebody asked a question. Where's her mother? That's a goddamn good question. You know, where is the mom? And I don't see none of the articles talking about the mom. So apparently one of the girls who managed to stay awake, I think she was the one that got drugged too, but she was able to stay awake and made these texts out before 2 a.m. Okay, so I'm assuming she's one of the one that ingested the medicine. All right. And again, repeated visits to the basement. Yeah, he was up to no good. He was up to no good. What kind of job he had? Well, you look at the picture that's scrolling on my screen. Apparently, he was something in a university or something. Like that picture is showing right there. He was a university or something. Oh, as a matter of fact, hold on. I could blow that up. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can blow that up. Let's see if we can take a look at here. It says right here, he has an MBA, PHR. Don't know what the hell that means. He's a senior director of human resources, according to this. Avangrid Inc., formerly UIL Holdings Corporation, Arizona State University, WP carries school business, and the rest of it is cut off. I can't see the rest of it. All right? I can't see the rest of it. But right here it says Senior Director of Human Resources. Senior Director. I wonder how many sleepover he has done it. This probably, you know what? If I was to take away, I guess it probably was the first sleepover, okay? Because Now, well, then again, now let me not say that. They probably did had a couple of them, but I guess this one right here. What if I had? Okay, look here. Check me out. If I had a guess, he probably had a few of them. And each time new girls came over, he was scoping them out, more likely. And he probably picked out the ones that he was going to do this shit with, that he had lust over. He picked out the ones he wanted, and he did what he did. Okay? But see, here's the question I got, though. Was they up when he made this smoothie, or did he wake them up to tell them to drink the smoothie? You know, that's what I want to know. You know, when was the smoothie made, and when was it ingested? You know, because this is a sleepover. So, was they up at the time when he gave them the smoothie, or was they sleep? He woke them up to take the smoothie, or what did he do? I'm curious about that. I'm curious about that. Somebody saying, how did he get the pills? Good question. He probably already had them. He probably already had them, and he probably had it just for their cause right there. You know? Just for their cause right there. Okay? So again, guys, I want to look at this. Just listen to this story. How young these girls is. And the things, again, that's been put on them. And the main thing that comes to my mind is peer pressure. It's peer pressure. Okay? Well, not in this story. It wasn't no, because they didn't do anything. They're just him being a pervert. But in a nutshell, just think about how all these kids are succumbing to society in the era that we in now. Think about it, you know. And it makes me wonder, the girl who just been found, Eminem, whatever the hell her name is, Imani, whatever her name, I don't know how to say this shit. Whatever her name is, it makes you question what's going on in their home. What have she seen, or what have she heard to make her want to get on tag? Make a profile to get on tag. And start talking to these guys at 12 years old. Now, the guy probably lied about his age. He probably did. But if he's on tag and he been on there for a while, I don't think there's no way he could lie about his age. But he probably did lie about his age. He probably using a false profile. But then again, something tell me that he wasn't. What have she seen or heard to make her put up a profile on tag? And on tag at 12 years old. And on top of that, 1:40 in the morning, you are caught on camera running to this car. They didn't say she was being forced into the car. They say she ran to the car. Not forced. Now, if she was forced, we'd be having another story. I'd be having another take on it. She ran to the car at 1:40. She was caught on camera. Not forced. It was missing for 8 days. Don't know what happened within 8 days, but apparently they took her to the hospital. She's fine. Thank God for that. She's fine. But still disturbing how all they played out. Okay? Still disturbing. And I hope her daddy did hear that. Hey, he's talking to her. Stern. Bass in his voice. Putting the fear in her heart. I hope he is. I hope he is. Making so she would never think about getting on another date nap again till she about 17 or something. And maybe that's a stretch. You know, maybe that's a stretch. 17 or something, or 18. But 13, 14, 15, 16, that's going to be out of the question. That's gonna be out of the question. Okay? It'll be out of the question. You said I want to let my children know, man. Look, I'm gonna agree with you on them because at that sleepover right there, if it wasn't nothing but girls, a woman should have been there too. I'm sorry, a woman should have been there, and maybe she should have played chaperone. Can you play? Okay, she should have played chaperone, whatever the hell they call that shit. I'm old. Yeah, they used to call it chaperone back in my day. They probably still call it that now. A woman should have been there. All right? But for what it sounded like, wasn't no woman there. It was just him. Okay, but then now since you said that night, I'm glad you said it because now you got to ask the question now. Depending on how many girls was there, did anybody bother to ask, was there going to be a woman there? Or what made them feel so comfortable to leave their daughters at this man's house? Now we have to ask that question. What made the other parents feel comfortable about leaving their daughters at this man's house? Okay? So I'm glad you said that. Good question. Good question. Corpel said this man should have known this was a child. Then she was running to the car. Why not pick her up from the door? Shake my head. Well, you got to think about it, Corpel. She's 12 years old, and maybe the folks probably had an alarm on the door, so if she would open their door, they probably would have heard it. So, however the hell she got out their house, she got out their house and went to his car. It's somebody else who did that too. I can't remember that girl name, but she was a young girl too that did that shit. What's that young baby name? Because I did her story too. But the grandmama had her because I think her daddy died. The grandma had her, and the grandma said she been having problems here and there out of that girl, you know. Because she said she been trying her best to try to get that girl to go on the right path, but, you know, didn't seem like nothing was working, you know. So I got to remember what that girl name was, but she did the same thing too. Met some dude. This dude was picking her up at the house, but the thing is, he was bringing her back home, you know. But he did it one time too many, and he got caught. All right? He did it one time too many, and he got caught. Hey, Dutch, what's going on? Good job what you did earlier today. Good job. And, Dutch, I'm going to tell you something. One of my favorite parts, you said in your interview, and I loved you for it. I said, yes, somebody finally thinking the same way that I'm thinking. You said in that interview, you know, you said where the $1 million question that everybody would be asking is, what would make him want to leave on this particular day? I said, God damn it, that's what I'm talking about. That's always the $1 million question when it comes to somebody missing, you know. If he or she have not wandered off any other time, which I can't say for his case, I don't know. But if he has not wandered off, he or she has not wandered off any other time, what would make this particular day where he want to say, okay, I'm going to go and wander off? I'm going to wander off. And I said, yep. I don't know if you saw when I typed it. I said, that's always the $1 million question. Why do they pick this certain day to do it when they haven't done it? Okay? So when you said that, you had me blown away. You had me blown away when you said that. I said, thank you, somebody thinking the same way. Thank you. All right? So that was a damn good interview that you did. I didn't catch everything, but the little I did catch while I was at work, amazing. That was amazing. All right? And I would say this, I hope, you know how these story goes, that while they on your panel, talking like that they didn't have anything to do with this. I just pray and hope, because we know how this shit goes. The main people who sit up there and do all these cries kind of find out they had something to do with it. All right, so I hope they didn't have nothing to do with it. I just hope they didn't. You know, I hope they genuine. They honestly don't know, and he will be found safe because they posting him down here in Tennessee. He's on the billboards down here too. All right. So job well done, my friend. Job well done. Job well done. Okay. Co-pastor needs to sit on boot camp. Yeah, that 12-year-old who on tag, yeah, she needs some talking to. She does, because she do that again, it may be the last time. And I don't want that for her. I don't want to jinx her with that, but if she do that again, she might not come back this time. All right? But I want to look at the positive and say she's returned home. She's okay. She's fine. But whoever is her guardian, I hope they are talking to her and let her know how much danger she was in fucking around on their website, which she should not have been on. All right? And I hope they taking measures, giving her a curfew on her devices. Don't let her be on there in the wee hours of the morning, fucking around on there. She need to have her ass in bed to go to school the next day. You don't need to be on no phone or no damn Facebook or Twittering and all that shit. 1 something in the morning, 12 something in the morning, your ass need to be in bed. School tomorrow. My grandma didn't play that shit. You not finna be up at no 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. And if you did, your ass still getting up, go to school. Tell me I'm lying. Y'all folks back in the day, you stand up late night, you talk, oh, I'm sleeping. Hey, that's your fault. Get your ass up, go wash your face, brush your teeth, eat your breakfast, get your ass up, go catch that bus. You still going to school. It ain't my fault you sleeping. You supposed to went to bed. You fucking around, now you sleeping. Okay, your ass in school. You better not fall asleep while you at school. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. And that's not how the way we was raised. They didn't want to hear that shit talk about you sleeping. That's your fault. That's your fault. That's your fault. So, yeah, we got to bring some of the old school back in these children's lives, man. That's all it is to them. We got to bring some of these old souls back into these children's life. They don't understand what it was like back in the day when you had stern adults. They don't know. We need that old soul back. All right? And it's still some out there. Still some out there. We need to bring them back and tell these youngers of today what's what. All right. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for joining. This been a pretty interesting live here. These pervert dads letting his daughter bring over these girls, not for her to have fun, but for him to have fun. And now, and again, to that young lady, I hope you see this video. Thank you for taking the courage that you had the strength to stay up to tell your folks come get you because you wasn't feeling well. I want to say you are a hero in this story. You are a hero, okay? Let's play this one more time, and we're gonna get on up out of here.
Now to a disturbing story out of Lake Oswego this morning, where a father is accused of drugging 3 12-year-old girls at his home during his daughter's sleepover. Fox's Bonnie Silkman is joining us now in studio after looking over court documents. Bonnie, good morning.
Good morning. That's right. A father in Lake Oswego, 57-year-old Michael Meyden, turned himself in this week after being accused of lacing mango smoothies with a drug that's usually used to treat insomnia and panic attacks, and then giving those drinks to 3 12-year-old girls at his daughter's sleepover. According to court documents, this all happened in August of last year in Meyden's Lake Oswego home. He's accused of putting the drug benzodiazepine into those smoothies. Court documents say the girls reported feeling groggy, some of them even blacking out. The documents also say that Meyden made repeated visits to the basement where the girls were sleeping, watching them sleep, and at one point even holding his finger under one girl's nose and waving his hand in front of her face to see if she was asleep. Now, one of those girls, according to court documents, managed to stay awake. She texted her mother just before 2 a.m. saying, quote, "Mom, please pick me up and say I had a family emergency. I don't feel safe. I might not respond, but please come get me. Please, please pick up. Please, please." The documents also say that she then contacted a family friend who picked her up and took her home to wake her parents. And around 3 a.m., two of the other parents of the girls went to the house to get them. Documents say Meyden resisted letting those parents inside at first, telling the parents the girls were asleep. Meyden finally let the parents in, and the girls were taken home. All three girls did test positive for that drug. Meyden, meanwhile, pleaded not guilty yesterday. He is facing charges including causing another person to ingest a controlled substance. And according to those court documents, he lives in Vancouver and did pay his bail. We'll keep a close eye on this developing case. Mia and Kim, back to you.
He says he's not guilty. Boy, what a world we live in. What a world we live in. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Thank y'all.